Tiny Kitchen. I'm your host, Denise Medved, and in today's episode, we're going to have a cocktail party before we all go out on a night for the town. So we're going to do it at my house, and we're going to do things that are going to fill us up a little bit because we're going to be out on the town, but we're not going out for dinner. So I want to prepare a couple of things. We're going to do an antipasto platter, which has lots of meats and cheeses, which is going to fill us up, the ever-famous artichoke dip, and then we're also going to do my all-time favorite appetizer, tortellini with a pesto dipping sauce. So since the artichoke dip takes about 20 minutes to cook, we're going to go ahead and start that real quickly, and this is super easy to do. Okay, so we're going to do 2 cans of the artichoke. Okay, got that going there. Now I've made a real mess, but that's all right. Oops. My towel. My hands all moist. Okay, this dip is a favorite amongst me and my friends, and we discovered it when we were all 20-somethings living in New York, and didn't have a whole lot of money, but loved to have little cocktail parties. So this artichoke dip was at every cocktail party. We're going to take a cup of mayonnaise, and since we have a lot we're making today, I already measured these things out. So a cup of mayonnaise, okay, and we're going to take sour cream, a cup of sour cream, okay, and we're going to save and use some of the sour cream for the tortellini and pesto dip. Okay, take that. That's about a cup right there. That's working for me. And then we're going to take a cup of Parmesan cheese. Now this is definitely not a low-calorie version, but it's super good, and everyone's gonna eat it up. This is one of those things that's filling, and it always goes when you have it at a cocktail party. So just eyeballing about a cup here. How does that look? That looks pretty good. Okay. All right, now I'm just gonna mix it together in here. Mix it all together, and it's fine that we messed up and poured the juices in there and didn't mix it all in there. It's fine to mix it all in here because we're gonna bake it and it's gonna come out looking just nice. Okay, and we have the nice pieces, the nice chunks of the artichoke in here. Okay, and we're gonna sprinkle the top with a little more of this Parmesan cheese because that way it'll get nice and brown on the top. Okay, so let's get that out. Being finicky on me. My packaging. Okay, there we go. Okay, get this out, sprinkle it all on the top. Now I've preheated the oven to 350, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this in there and let it bake for about 20 minutes. When it comes out, it's going to be nice and brown. We've got the tiny oven in the tiny kitchen. Okay, good. All right, get rid of that. Now, the next thing we're going to make is my all-time favorite appetizer, the tortellini and the pesto dip. And the way I came up with this recipe is I just store-bought tortellini, and then I have some water boiling. I'm going to boil it for about 4 to 5 minutes. We don't want it to overboil because then the tortellinis open up and the fillings start coming out. Okay? But the way I found this recipe was my friend Sandy was getting married, and she asked me to go to Tiffany's with her one day because they were having, one evening they were having an open house for brides-to-be. And it was a beautiful event. They had, waiters in black tie, white gloves, carrying silver trays, and they had these tortellinis on a skewer. It looked elegant with a green dipping sauce in the middle. And I kept following them around, eating them, and I kept asking them for the recipe, but they didn't know it. So for the next couple of weeks, I would go home and test different things to see if I could figure out what the recipe was, and I think I got it. And I created this, this pesto sauce. So our tortellini is cooking away there. I'm going to keep my eye on that while I prepare the pesto sauce. Okay, and let me grab a bowl. I'll use this little dish right here, and this is super easy. This is so easy. We're going to take the remainder of our sour cream. There's about a half a container left here. I do a lot of eyeballing. When you have a tiny kitchen, you usually don't have that many resources, including time. So, got the sour cream, and then I'm going to take my pesto sauce, okay, and I'm just going to mix this up real quick. Grab a fork from over here, mix it up to get the oil integrated into it, and take a half a jar of this, If I had a full thing of sour cream, I would use the full jar, and if I was having a huge crowd, I would do that. But we're having a smaller crowd, and this makes a lot anyway. Okay. You're not going to believe how easy this is. Okay. Pesto in there, sour cream. Mixing it up. And this is done. Look. All mixed together. And being in the tiny kitchen is all about improvising. The facts are you're limited on your resources. You have to use things for purposes other than what they're originally used for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve the pesto dip in this really fun martini glass. My husband loves martinis, and so he collects glasses, and I forget where we got this when it was on vacation somewhere, but it has little Christmas lights on it. It's cute. But I think it's fun putting the green sauce in here. Doesn't that look good? Yum. Okay, this is done. This is so good. And I'm just gonna, to make life really easy, I'm gonna plate it right up on what we're gonna use it for. By the way, don't you like my apron? I'm actually just wiping my hands all over, and it's really cool because it's coated, and you can just wipe it off and clean yourself. I do this trade show that I've mentioned before called the Metropolitan Cooking and Entertaining Show. I do it each fall in Washington, D.C., and we have a couple hundred exhibitors who all have really fun, unique, different products that have to do with cooking and entertaining, from invitations to specialty foods to pots and pans, tableware, etc. And one of our exhibitors, she is a hoot. We just love her. Her name is Janice Brock, and she has a company called Janice's Table. And she sells not only these fun aprons, but a whole line of tablecloths and placemats and napkins and great things that she gets in Europe. So she gave me this to wear on the show, and I think it's really fun, particularly since I can just wipe my hands and then wipe this off. I don't even need to throw it in the washer. Put that right in the middle, and then let's grab our tortellini. It's cool enough. If you want, you can actually make this the day before and just put it in a baggie and keep it in the refrigerator. And the neat thing is you can serve this at room temperature, you can serve it cold just from the ice box, or you can serve it warm like we have it right now. And I'm gonna sneak and have some, just to make sure it's okay to serve with the company. Oh my God, it's so good. I usually have sauce left over. Oh, that's interesting pesto. It's a little more lemony than what I typically use, but that's good. When I have it left over, I'll serve it on sliced filet mignon or cold chicken. It just makes a really nice sauce, or use it on a sandwich instead of a mayonnaise. And then sometimes I'll use the green tortellinis also and alternate the green and the white tortellinis. Wow, that's good. Just placing them around here like this. And how long did it take us to make this appetizer? About 5 minutes, the time it took to boil up that tortellini and let it cool. Okay, so this is ready to go. So we're gonna make an antipasto platter. And I'm gonna serve it on just this silver plate right here. Okay, we're gonna take this soppressata and we're gonna keep it whole. I think it looks really nice, and just put it on the platter right like that. And then I have prosciutto, and depending on how much time you have, you know, you can roll the meats up and place them fancy on the platter. But we don't happen to have tons and tons of time. If I rolled all of this up, that's about a 30-40 minute project. So we're just going to take these, and the prosciutto all has a little film in between to keep the prosciutto sliced so thinly, keep it from sticking on each other. So we're just going to do that with the prosciutto, and the rest we're going to take right from this platter and lay it out nicely. So let me do this with the salami. And then your guests can kind of fend for themselves and pick what they want. We have some nice pepperoni here. That looks really good. We got these at this fun little Italian market that we always go to that has fantastic fresh Italian things. We're going to take this this cured pork. I haven't had this before, but it looks delicious. Okay, and the nice thing about doing this meat platter is the meats all have very different textures and they have different flavors. So if you like things a little bit spicier, we have the salamis and the and pepperoni and the soppressata. If you like something a little milder, which happens to be my palate, love prosciutto. So we give our company lots of nice things to choose from. And again, this is substantial enough, and we're going to serve it with just pieces of French bread so that they can really end up making a meal out of everything we have going here. Okay, I'm just going to finish up serving these pieces. Then we're just going to garnish it in no particular order or fashion. Again, the Tiny Kitchen is not about perfection. It's about having fun and enjoying yourself and entertaining and cooking with ease, but still all great food. Okay, so that looks really nice. And then we have tons of great olives and cheeses and things. Love the apron. All right, let's take this provolone cheese and we're going to open it and we're going to make some slices and put them right in the middle there. And your guests are going to think you fussed all day, but you actually did it in about a half an hour or 45 minutes. And they'll all be all gussied up and you can go fun cocktails and have a great evening out on the town. Can we put this right here for a minute while I'm cutting my cheese? And you know what I'm going to do? I like the way this is shaped, so I'm going to cut it in wedges because that'll be really interesting. Just little wedges like this. That'll look pretty. And then people can just grab a wedge. That one fell apart, so we may or may not use that one depending on what we've got going on. Well, that looks nice. Okay, and we're going to grab some of these out and just sprinkle them. You know what? It's all about the color. So we're just going to sprinkle some here and there right now. All about the color. We have a little holiday here. My husband calls open spaces holidays. So there we go. Let's add a couple of these. A little of this. Oh, these are cute. I haven't seen them this tiny before. Okay. This is looking really nice. They're going to think you fussed all day long. Okay, let's take some regular green olives. And with this kind of a tray, there's something for everybody. Not everybody likes everything on here, but there's definitely something for everybody. Garnish it. You know what? And it doesn't have to be perfect. Your company's not coming over to inspect it. It's all about just having a good time, making things look good. Okay, so that's done. Let me check on our, and then again, we're gonna set up our buffet table. Let me check again on our artichoke dip and see how that's doing, because we're probably almost ready for that. See how nice and brown and bubbly it is on top? And I am going to actually serve that in this little dish that it came with. None of these dishes, serving dishes, pieces that we're using are terribly expensive. So for not very much money, you can put something out that makes a great looking party. Okay. Doesn't that look yummy? And the only crackers in the whole wide world you ever want to serve these with are the butter thins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this mess first. I'm going to show you how we're going to plate it and make it all look really nice. And then we're going to show you our final little buffet table for our company. So let me get rid of some of this mess first real quick. Put that there. Oopsie, that there. All these recipes, by the way, and all these ideas that we have are available on our website, thetinyKitchen.com. And we also have another little product called the Tiny Kitchen 2 cents, which is an e-postcard that we send out periodically to people who want to get little tips and tricks and hints on cooking and entertaining from a tiny kitchen. So if you want to join that, you can go to our website. It doesn't cost you anything. And it's thetinyKitchen.com, and just subscribe in for the Tiny Kitchen 2 cents. It's sort of fun. It's just idle chit-chat and a welcome distraction during the day. All right, I'm just going to take this mess that I've made over here and put it right back here and worry about the cleanup a little later on. And we're going to start with our plating of things. I like to use, this is hot, so I'm going to move that over there. Yeah, that's hot. Okay, I like to use a lot of little dishes. I never put out big, huge mounds of potato chips or pretzels or anything. I like to have lots of little dishes, interesting little bowls. In fact, this one is a little silver bowl, and I actually won it back in 1976. This was my the sportsmanship award I got for being on the tennis team at our country club. So I put this to good use. And then I just have a variety of little napkins, and this is just a basic napkin, and I'm going to take it and fold it, and it's going to match our tablecloth. And again, an inexpensive little napkin, but it's going to make things look really nice. Or actually, you know how I'm going to do this one? I'm going to do it like this, 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 this. Okay, And then I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to get that ready, and I'm going to put the French bread in here. I'm going to put our crackers in this. This, again, is just a little wire thing that I got from one of those home shows that one of my friends had. I ordered it from the gal who was selling all those kinds of things. And it's so cute. It came with another little basket. It was a little nest of them. And when I ordered it, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. And then I was at a restaurant, and I saw they had something similar to this, and they served their crackers and breadsticks with it. So with this one, I'm going to fold the napkin like this, that, and take it and turn it inside out. Look at that, isn't that cute? Just stuff it all in there. And I'm going to take the crackers and put the crackers in here. And the crackers, again, are for our artichoke dip. We'll open up another package here and put them in. See, doesn't this look cute? Them all in. They're ready to go. Okay. I'll use that one. That one's broken. I can't possibly serve that to the company. Take that piece out. Okay. So that's ready. This is ready. French bread. We pre-sliced some. Just little pieces. And we're serving this with all of our meats over there. Again, just taking our little silver dish from when I won the Sportsmanship Award in 1976. Put it in here. Okay. The top over it like that. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do to get our table ready is I bought these pretty flowers at the market. Not terribly expensive, but I love just to have fresh flowers. And you know what we're going to do? We are going to improvise. I'm going to use the stainless steel water pitcher and put the flowers in there. Grab my scissors. I can't find the scissors, so I'll use the knife. We'll cut that. Again, I'm not spending a whole lot of money on this shindig. This probably cost me, the meats were like maybe $20. The ingredients for that was probably $4. Tortellini and pesto, maybe another $6. These flowers were $10, $15. Okay, let me just cut these flowers down here. Some of these are a little tough. We might not use some of them. Use what we have. Ah, no wonder some of these have plastic things on them. All right, we're not even going to bother. There, doesn't it look pretty? I already put water in here, so let me clean all this stuff up. Make some room. There's not much room in the tiny kitchen, but that's part of having a tiny kitchen. Let's see if we can get some of these other things. Okay, that one's not going to work. Let's see if we can get some of these other things cut. This isn't like one of those shows where they have everything, because guess what? That's not reality. This is reality. Okay, let me clean this up, and then we're going to get our table set up, and I'm going to show you how nice it's going to look. Your company's going to think you fussed, but you really only spent about 30 minutes getting everything together for them. Okay, get this cleaned up, and pitch this. Okay, oh, you know what else we're going to do? I've got some nuts here. We're going to put these nuts out. Okay, I've got some walnuts here. I always love serving nuts, a little nut dish. Again, the little dishes. I'll use any kind of nuts. I'll use almonds, I'll use cashews, peanuts, anything. Well, now we have a nice little spread for our company. So let's go get our table set, and I'll meet you back here, and we're going to see how it all looks. All right, so here we are. We are ready for our company. We got our buffet table set up. Just a fun little cloth, pink cloth, and I found these great dyed flowers that look terrific with it. And we have our tortellini with our pesto dipping sauce. We have our artichoke dip with our butter crackers. We have our antipasto platter served with some French bread. And again, this is going to be substantial enough for our company. We've got our white wine. We've got our red wine. And then I just want to recap and show some of the things that we multi-purposed. We have our martini glass we're using for the pesto dip. We have a little pitcher that we're actually using as our flower vase today. And again, fun little dishes, fun little containers. Nothing matches, but it all works well together. So There you have it. That's it for another episode of The Tiny Kitchen. I'm your host, Denise Medved. And remember, we do the best we can with what we have to work with, but we always have great food.